Hello everyone, welcome back to more Final Fantasy XIV. And I went ahead and I quickly ran through the Hall of the Novice in between episodes here. And so now we have the Novice gear for healer. So nice. So this is the if you're using one of the casting classes or one of the healing classes, you get this set, which is pretty cool. So now the issue is that if I oops, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. If I were to now go in and, you know, equip, after having saved this, if I went in and equipped this, it would have gotten rid of the it would have hidden this behind glamour, which I guess isn't that big of a deal. But I want to wear it for at least like one episode. So but yeah, everything that we can get from this quest is bad in comparison to what we have now, so it's good to see you, Kazumi. By the aura you exude, it is plain you have grown further as a conjurer. The time has come. You acquaint yourself with the third element of our art, water. For the first part of your lesson, you are to take this flask of pristine water and pour it at the foot of the hedge tree found near the Hawthorne hut. The water's purity will draw forth the corrupting entity that is siphoning the tree's life force. Dispatch this being, and then speak with Brother Josen at the Hawthorne hut. As you might expect, he is a conjurer with a fine ear for the murmurings of brook and stream. Listen well to his advice if you would learn to master the element of water. Hawthorne. It's a good thing we picked up the teleport, so good thing we attuned to the aetheryte that's right there. So the hedge tree right over there. It is that tree right there, in fact. It's right in front of me. This tree does not look that special. I mean, I guess it's got some engravings and stuff on it, but it doesn't look that special compared to the others. Oh well. Use pristine water. It's the hostile presence. Tainted water sprite. Now we just gotta beat this up like we've always done. It's actually really funny because you used to actually have a water ability that you got at this point, but Endwalker removed it. So now it's like, hey, time to go learn water. And then you never actually learn anything water related. So I just think that's funny. I think there is technically a water related ability. But I mean, it doesn't show up. Okay. Gilmoran Cogfinder. I don't know what that was. It doesn't show up here because it's technically White Mage. So it's like after level 30. So that even though he's like, yes, we use water, there is not a single conjure water ability. White Mage, yes, I think. but not conjurer. They might be, you know, that they might come from the same class, but they're not the same thing. So, and that I think is funny. Greetings, Kazumi. Brother Isumi informed me of your coming. I assume it was you who purified the befouled water at the hedge tree? Yeah. The joyous bubbling of the elementals was a pleasure to hear. On behalf of both them and myself, I thank you. Now, without further ado, let us speak of that which Brother Isumi sent you here to learn. I trust you did not find it strange to be asked to tend to a tree when your lesson this day concerns the element of water. One need not have studied botany to realize that the forest requires more than rich soil to flourish. Water is essential for carrying the nutrients in the earth from a tree's roots all the way to the very tips of its leaves. This precious liquid is the lifeblood of the 12's wood. Without it, naught would grow. But should it rise in too great a volume, and too swiftly, the nourishing flow will become a crashing wave that washes away all before it. It is important to realize that all of nature is in balance, as conjuring derives its power from nature. We must take care not to use our art in a manner like to disrupt the state. Ever must we be mindful of the ceaseless tug of war embodied in creation. This fruitful statement of the elements. Brother Justin, are you about? I'm here, sir. What has transpired? Also, I need a different voice for that. I heard a young antelope stags has gone berserk. I don't know what's got him so panicked, but there's no calming him now. Mad beast scored the soldiers sent to shepherd him away from civilian settlements, leaving us with a pile of wounded over at Jocelyn's Spire, and not enough hands to staunch the bleeding. We need a healer, and fast. Curious, I sensed nothing amiss in the whisperings of the elementals. What could have frightened those antelopes so? Apologies. I shall revisit these musings anon. Let us make haste. If matters are as chaotic as you say, I fear the number of injured may be rising as we speak. I doubt that we too will suffice. We must divide our forces. Kazumi, travel straightway to Jocelyn's Spire and tend to the wounded. I shall endeavor to rally further healers and follow after you, bearing what restorative unguents I can. Sure. You, sir, head to Stillglade Fane and beseech the aid of Brother Isumi. Right away, sir. That's a Warlord's Battle Cry reference. And the human peasants, the people that did all the building, their voice line was, it was basically that. Right away, sir. I should say that was technically one of their voice lines. How do I? It's up there? Like on that? How do I get up there? I assume there is a path up. I just don't know immediately where it is. I mean, it seems like it's up on top of that platform. It's where the marker is. Ah, yes, right here. You walk up this, and it goes up to this. Got it. Jocelyn's Spire. Yay! Who are a conjurer, you say? Praise Nalfika. You've come not a moment too soon. Sounds like you have more wounded have just been carried in. Pray, offer them what aid you can. Well, this person wasn't here just a moment ago. Ugh. I can breathe again. Thank you. Cast cure on one of the injured. Speak with the harried healer. These folk are out of danger for the present, but I fear our reprieve shall be brief. The battle with the stags yet rages, and there are reports of yet more wounded. I bid you join the wood whalers and help put an end to this. Seek them just off the road that leads to the northeast. And do not worry, my art should be sufficient to prevent matters from worsening here. Now go. Alright. Ow. Yep, I see where now. Okay. Whee! Hey look, giant gnats. Ah. Excuse you. I hadn't even attacked you. And though I had targeted you, I had not attacked you either. So how rude of both of you to aggro to me. Also, ooh, these things are... I mean, I'm sure that's because I'm getting attacked by 2 level 16 mobs. So they are higher level than me. But, ugh, I'm taking damage here. But yeah, we should be able to hit level 16 pretty quick here. And then... after that... well, after this quest in general, really. We'll be able to go handle Call of the Sea, which will unlock for us a dungeon. And if not, I think that this, like, start of the quest might still be level 15. So I might still be able to get a little bit of experience. But we should be fine. I mean, this is gonna probably kick me up, yeah, to almost... That on its own was almost enough to kick me up, so... Ooh, the Ziz. Hi, Sylphie. Those are some antelope. Came to lend a hand, have you? Quickly, the fight is this way. Trial by water. Ow. Conjure, your aid! Slay the young antelope stags. Soldiers need all my attention. Please, help the other wood whalers. Now, this soldier needs my attention. Rather. Stand firm! Where did that come from? What the heck? Oh! There's a water sprite here. What the heck? I think if like one or two of them drop, it's fine. As long as like they don't all drop, you know? Like I don't think you immediately lose if one of them goes down. But if more than one, you know, if it's like, if they all go down, then you lose. Kind of thing. Which gets a little tricky right here. Where you're dealing with the water sprites. Because you don't get help. Conjurer, I need you. You know, if you didn't have so much dang health, why did that go over there? Don't understand. Hey, nobody died. Whoa. Big healing spell. Miss? I'm fine. Don't mind me. Pray tell me that we are not too late. Sylphie, what have you done? I forbade you from using such methods. Guildmaster, I will not see you repeat your mother's mistakes. My mother never did anything wrong. And yet, whoops, she cannot have gone far in her weakened state. Well, I don't know what he said first. Probably just told me to go find her. And he says, I realize that it is my own failings that is likely causing this. And then the moment he sees Sylphie again, he doesn't even try. I don't understand. When I try to cast spells, nothing happens. When I reach out for my power, there's just nothing there. Is this what the Guildmaster was trying to warn me about? He said I was repeating my mother's mistakes. The same thing happened to her. Losing her magic, I mean. And then she... Am I going to die? This can't be happening. I didn't think... Please, I need to be alone. Aww. Sylphie. I'm surprised that she hadn't already picked up on that something was wrong after what happened to her mother. But maybe she was like mostly just angry and upset at Isumion. I mean, let's be honest, he wasn't exactly doing a good job at like teaching her and making her realize why she needed to not be doing the thing. Instead of, you know, telling her, hey, you know, this is why. Instead, he just looked at her and was like, just don't do it. You need to not do it. Hey, Sumion, maybe consider thinking. To turn your brain on, as my family likes to say. Kazumi, you have returned at last. Were you able to speak with Sylphie? I see. I once taught you that conjurers harness the power of nature that we might bring about change. Earth, wind, water, healing. The principle is no different. For the art of mending, we draw on the boundless life force of nature and bestow it upon the wounded. Sylphie has never sought to borrow from that bounty. Her power to heal stems from her own life force. The vital energies of mortals are, however, finite, and now that which I most feared has come to pass. Her mother unwittingly took her own life through the continued use of her healing skills, and Sylphie's aptitude for the art is, if anything, even greater. Thus it is not unexpected that she should reach the limits of her strength at a much earlier age. If we do not intervene, this terrible tragedy will be repeated, and I for one cannot bear to see the child suffer the same fate as her mother. I shall think on a solution to this dark dilemma. It may be that I will have need of your assistance in the near future, Kazumi. Do not doubt your abilities. You are a conjurer who has passed the trials of earth, wind, and water. You grow closer to nature with every passing day, and I sense within you the seeds of greatness. In your encounter with water, you learned its role as a bringer of life, but you also felt the implacable power of a surging wave as it swept you along its path. Like earth and wind, and nature at large, the element of water is possessed of more than one aspect. Having completed the third lesson, I am satisfied that you have mastered the fundamentals of conjuring. Yet this is but the beginning of your journey. Henceforth, you must strive to attune yourself even more closely to the elements and to nature. Excuse me. Freaking hiccups. Alright. I still say Sylphie did nothing wrong. I mean, yes, obviously she did do something wrong. You know, she used power that drew from her life force, you know, instead of relying on the boundless life of nature. However, did Isumion ever even try to, like, explain that to her? I don't think so. Maybe if he had, you know, talked to her and explained things, I bet you things would have been immediately different. But nah. Instead, he's just like, you can't do that. And she's like, look, this is just how it is for me. And he'd never even tried. So, yeah. It was all him. It was all Isumion. It's all his fault. I 100% think that all of it was him. I mean, yes, of course, you know, she does have her part of the blame, if you will. Because she wasn't, you know, willing to listen to him, you know, to him and her tutors and everything. But again, how much of it was that they actually, like, tried to explain? And how much of it was literally that they looked at her and said, this is just the way it is. And she went, okay, but maybe not. And they're like, no, it is. And they just never tried to actually explain, you know? Alright, well, we have no monies now, but that's okay. Because we now have the Ash Mask. Which looks terrible, by the way. But the main reason I wanted to pick up that, aside from it just being better gear in general, is because I can now go in, there we go. I can now go in and let's go ahead and do that. Oh, wait, hang on. I could do this. Link to Glamour Plate. Well, link to this one. And you may have noticed something that's a little bit different from, you know, the hat and everything. But if you didn't, and when I press this button, you might notice something else. We have glasses now. Yay! I love glasses. Like, let's be honest. Like, this immediately looks like 10 times hotter than this. Literally all I did was add glasses. But yeah, now we have glasses. And that is what I wanted. So these glasses here are brass spectacles. And if you noticed in the Disciple of Magic gear, brass spectacles are level 13. Which means that you have to have an item equipped that is of level 13 or higher in order for it to glamour onto it. As it stood, I had the hempen hat, which is level 5, so it would not have been able to glamour onto the hempen hat. So that was why I wanted to buy the ash mask, was so that I could then apply the glamour. It was also one of the reasons I was holding off on applying the glamour, because I wanted to apply the whole thing, and I didn't want it to error and be like, you can't apply some of this glamour. And I'm like, yes, I know. Because it will. Like, if you apply a glamour and it can't apply everything, it'll give you a little error message that pops up here at the top. That's like, unable to apply all of the glamours. Please ensure that your race, class, gender, yada yada, all matches. And it's just like, yes, I know. But now that everything does match, ta-da! Now there are a couple things I still want to do. There's a way to hide your earrings, your necklace, your bracelets, your rings, and even your gloves. In fact, there's actually a way to hide every piece of gear. So you can literally, like, glamour your gear to look like you're wearing nothing at all. But I don't have access to that until I get one of the Disciple of the Hand classes up to 15. So, welcome to the Drowning Wench. Sit wherever you like, class. I'll be with you in a... Hi, I'm Baderon. I'm Baderon, alright. Who's asking? Heard as I've got a job for Capable Venture, you say? Well, you're bloody right. Just to say you're fairly warned, though. This ain't no job for the faint of heart. Things are liable to get downright bleeding airy. If you think you're still interested, let me know. I'll fill you in on the details. Alright. Bronze cuirass, cotton shirt, cotton cowl. I hate these, by the way. Because this is both a chest piece and a headpiece at the same time. And so because of that, these always register as better, despite the fact that it might be worse, because of the fact that it registers that it's a hat. You know, it registers the higher stats, but it doesn't register the idea that it has to remove the hat with it. And it's really annoying. I hate those so much. Baderon, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench has need of a capable adventurer. It's probably pirates. Alright, here we go. Into our first dungeon. Or at least, into the quest that will take us into our first dungeon. I thank you for taking the time to help me out. Now, I'm sure you're busy, so I'll come straight to the point. Word has it, some suspicious-looking buggers have been sneaking in and out of the Sastasha Seagrot. I need a trustworthy sort to head up north Airport and find out who they are and what they're up to. Doesn't sound like much, I know. But if it weren't so long ago, the pet pirates paid us an unwelcome visit, and folk are feeling a bit nervous. If you permit me, Master Baderon, I should be happy. Rainer, it switched characters and I missed it. If you would permit me, Master Baderon, I should be happy to elaborate. Commodore Rainer. Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellow Jacket himself, to what do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Rainer? Come to make sure me patrons are behaving, or just thirsty? Neither, in fact. I was informed that you had requested an adventurer to assist in my investigation, and I came to offer what information I could sift from recent reports. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off of the coast of Ailport, in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. This information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Sastasha Seagrot included. And their search revealed little, save the family of Curls had taken up residence in the caves. Nothing to concern us, in short. In light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Sastasha again. But with the Sahagan testing our defenses daily, I am loath to assign the task to limited forces at my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Unless I sought the services of a competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead, any aid you can offer in this manner would be greatly appreciated. Sure. Then it is settled. Sastasha is located in western Lanasia. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Vamopa. She can be found at the ferry docks on the lower decks. You heard the man. Good luck to you, lass. So he actually has different dialogue if you start in Limsa. Because if you start in Limsa, he's like, hey, I know you. Rising to the challenge. A tall one is ill-pleased with the carelessness of the wench's customers. Oh, yeah, these are a series. Yeah, these are quests. We'll pick these up later. I believe they give you access to emotes or something like that. I don't remember, but I know that they're fun little side quests and I do want to do them, so we will do them. What I'll do is I'll probably come back with one of the other classes and do them. Maybe like when we hit level 15 with Rogue. Because you have to be level 15 to do them. Unfortunately. But, like, we've got Pugilist and Gladiator. We could get Rogue and Arcanist up. Heck, as long as there's no combat, we could even do them with the Disciple of the Hand or Land. If we wanted to, so... You are here about Commodore Rainer's investigation? Then you'll want to board a ferry bound for Ailport. Once you arrive in Western Lunasia, though, you'd best pay a visit to the Hall of the Novice before you blunder into Sastasha. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and the folk there will prepare you. Train you with the skills you'll need to face the dangers undoubtedly waiting for you in the Seagrot. The hall is on the way to Sastasha, just north of Airport. Head inside, and one of the seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. Alright, off to Airport. This ferry is bound for Airport. Are you riding with us? So, if you had not yet done Hall of the Novice, this quest sends you off to the physical location of the Hall of the Novice. And once you're there, you can do the Hall of the Novice. Or, just by talking to the smithies, you can unlock the Hall of the Novice button here in the duties. And then you can do it that way too. So, of course, I'm going to stop and hit the Chocobo and hit the Aetherite that are both here. Oh, I'm at Traveler. Nah, I hit the wrong button. Thank you. I hit the wrong button. Also, we need to talk to Scribbled over there at some point as well. He's got a very important quest for us. In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to talk to him just so that I can see what level the quest is. Also level 15, of course it is. Freaking everything is level... Everything I want to do is level 15. But I don't want to level, like, the dungeon classes too much, so... Alright, so this building right here with the cat ear windows? Question mark? This is the Hall of the Novice itself. And you'll see the smith over here. Ah, you must be the adventurer of whom the Yellow Jacket sent word. I hear you are to brave the depths of the Sastasha Sea Grot. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what the epic tales would have you believe, strolling into such a den of savagery alone would be the height of foolishness. No, you shall need companions, and you shall need the training we here at the Hall of the Novice can provide. I strongly suggest that you study the fundamentals of group combat before continuing on your mission. And the smith here oversees the training schedules. Speak with him and you can register for exercises tailored to your particular field of expertise. Heya! I'm right here. When you have mastered all that our masters have to teach, then it will be time to head north once more. Report to the Yellow Jacket Scout at the mouth of the Sastasha Sea Grot, and he will furnish you with the details of your duty. So, if you had not done Hall of the Novice, your objective would be to do Hall of the Novice. But because I've already done that, I don't have to. But here is the three people. The Master of Shields, the Master of Arms, and the Master of Magics. So you've got a Rogadina over here. You've got a, Huron/human. And then I love this one. Just the tiniest Lalafell. She's so adorable. The Master of Magics. It also gives you a chance to, look at the novice gear. Because each of these characters are wearing the same gear that they give you. So, if you ever haven't done it yet, It's like you haven't done tank yet. And you're like, do I want to do tank? Because I know how to tank. As you can look and see, do you want this outfit? I think so. I think it's cool. The only thing that you can't get is their shield and their headgear, unfortunately. Which is sad because, this guy's hat would be cool. Her hat would be cool. His eye patch is pretty cool. But yeah. Pleasure to see you again, Kazumi. You must be eager to put your training to the test, yes? I am, of course, always happy to impart my wisdom should the need arise. Yeah. And also you can talk to them for, further information and stuff. But we've already done Hall of the Novice, so we don't need to do that. Which means it's off to the Sestasha Sea Grot, which is right up here to the north. There is Cat Gwistle, the Storm Sergeant, over here. But that's not who we need to talk to. We need to come up a little bit further, past Aliane and Isildur, and Pio and Ul'dah and Aver and Liavine. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything, but oh, I didn't know they were there. Please tell me you're here on Yellowjack duty and not some daft sod out for a stroll. I can't take any more of this blasted waiting. You are? Thank the gods. Also, I'm doing a female voice. This is a male. I assume you already know about the ship seen slipping around the Isles of Umbra. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since that vessel was sighted, thinking the crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So when we received word that men of questionable quality had been seen passing in and out of Sestasha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but as this lot belongs to those fishback fancying serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. Kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue-face tattoos. Duty Finder and Duty Support unlocked. Sestasha now accessible. Duty Calls. A dungeon beckons. Enlist the aid of allied players and NPCs alike to slay monsters, solve mysteries, and defeat the mighty boss lurking in the depths. Conquering dungeons is not only a time-honored tradition of adventurers, but it also progresses the main scenario and tests your prowess at a given class or job in a timed environment. Intimidated? Fear not, dear adventurer, for with a little guidance, you too shall be clearing dungeons with confidence in no time. And no, I'm not going to sit here and read the whole thing, but I understand what I must do. So that's new. It didn't used to do that. Another fun fact is that them unlocking the dungeon like that is new. It used to be that you actually had to walk over here and attune to the dungeon. There would be a little thing here, a little sparkly destination thing. You interacted with it and you attuned, and then it unlocked. But you don't have to do that anymore, which is fine. It's one less step. So now there's two ways you can do dungeons. There is the Duty Finder, but there's also this, which is a brand new feature that they just added this latest patch, actually, where you're able to actually do these dungeons with NPCs. It's cool, but it sucks. The NPCs are not very smart. If you are the tank, it's fine. But if you're the DPS, they are not. Or if you are the healer, it is not good. They are not smart. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hop in there with a group of players, but that will be next time. So I hope you've enjoyed. Feel free to subscribe. Check the video description down below where you can find a link to the playlist. That way you can get caught up on any episodes you might have missed. Also, don't forget that there is a link to my Patreon where you can support the channel. Even just $1 or $2 helps out. And with that, I'll see you all next time. See you later.